Hello, welcome to this video about the anomalies I've heard in ABBA's song When I Kissed a Teacher. Now there aren't many, so I'm not going to keep stopping and starting the video. Really, the biggest anomaly is in the differences between the editions that I've heard, in particular with the stereo. The stereo on When I Kissed a Teacher is inverted on More ABBA Gold compared to the vinyl. And I think the Astley 2001 uses the vinyl as a template for their stereo positions. Quite why this has happened, I really don't know. There seems to be, on the Greatest Hits and Greatest Hits Volume 2 and the Singles 10 Years, when ABBA were a group, somehow or other, a lot of stereos got inverted on those compilations, but I don't know, because When I Kissed the Teacher is not on any of those, why that should have inverted stereo, unless in some other territory they released a compilation that I don't know about where there is an inversion. So if you've got one where you think that the stereo is inverted from the Arrival album, then please do let me know. Now, EQ, there seems to be different priorities going on. The record and Astley 2001, which for a change I don't actually think is too bad to listen to, at least on this song, is very bright, not over bright. At least the record's not over bright. Astley you might find a little bit bright, but you know, it's not too bad. More ABBA Gold's one seems to be giving more prominence to the bass line, which I have to say is very good. Yeah, I mean, you should listen to that bass line, because especially in the One of These Days bits, it's really quite complicated, I should imagine, to play. Other instrumental things to listen out for. In the first sort of, it sounds guitar only-ish, but quite prominent in the More ABBA Gold is a backing synth, which is just playing a drone. At first, when I first heard the More ABBA Gold one, which I've only had More ABBA Gold for a few months, and when I first heard it, I thought someone was mowing the lawn. I had to take my headphones off and just check that wasn't actually going on outside. So listen out for that. Right, so let's have a look at the anomalies. First of all, there are three main out of phase anomalies. The first one is a poor edit at 1 minute 19 seconds, and it's I was in a trance. On the word trance, we've got an edit. I can't hear that in phase. At 206/207, there's another poor edit on the words "What a Crazy Day." I'll talk about that particular one in a second, in phase. And then at 227/228, I was in the Se edit, and that's the out of phase one there. And again, I'll talk to you about that in a minute when I'm talking about the in phase things. Now, in phase anomalies, get yourself a pair of headphones, play it, and you'll hear that on the More ABBA Gold, you'll find that there's a minor dropout at 1 second. This is not on Astley, neither is it on the vinyl. So I presume that there must have been some sort of fault in the tape that Tretow used here. At 9 and 10 seconds, now you're going to have to be a bit of a detective here and just be patient. You will hear this, but I've listened to it over and over again until I got tired ears. I was in the car this morning thinking, oh, I better do the When I Kiss a Teacher anomalies. So I put it on, and I've got Astley's version on my iPod for some strange reason. I have to take that off. But in the word teacher, I heard very clearly that there is an edit halfway through the word teacher. Okay, so that it, rather than it being teacher, which is the way they sing the second line, it's very sharp and abrupt. Okay, so there's an edit halfway through the word teacher. The guitar has a moment, just a tiny second or two, where it's a bit louder, and then it comes down again. All right. Now at 9 seconds, just before the first teacher, there's a knock as well. Very apparent on Astley, not so apparent on the other ones. So the edit at 10 seconds, where teacher is apparent on Astley, more apparent than on the other ones. The knock at 9 seconds is much more apparent on More ABBA Gold. All right, so you have to be a bit patient with that one. Okay, at 27 seconds, there are more knocks on the right-hand side if you're listening to More ABBA Gold, on the left with other additions, and again, they seem to be more apparent on More ABBA Gold. All right, 54 seconds, again, this is very prominent on the Astley version, but still audible on the others. The EQ dulls at the word seventh heaven. Okay, I was in the, and then dull EQ for seventh heaven as it leads up into the title line. Okay, at 101, there's a knock on the left-hand side on the word days. Okay, I know that it's not a tom, because otherwise you would hear it the second time through, in the second time where they do that middle 8-bit. If it is a drum, which I'm pretty sure it's not, it's a very badly hit drum. Okay, at 206, now this is where out of phase, there's a poor edit on What a Crazy Day. You'll hear in the right hand side on More ABBA Gold that there's a picked guitar which starts a couple of seconds earlier. It's like an ascending phrase, and it ends quite abruptly at 206, which is where the edit is for What a Crazy Day. Okay, and at 227 you'll hear another EQ drop, as at 54 seconds for I Was in the Seventh Heaven, and that's it. I think reverb covereth a multitude of sins here. One final thing that I will say is that the lyrics, now I'm getting a little bit stuttery and nervous here, because perhaps I shouldn't really say this, but I don't think that these lyrics are the best lyrics that have ever been written. And certainly Bjorn and Benny wrote better lyrics on this Arrival album. Things like Knowing Me, Knowing You, My Love, My Life, Even That's Me are quite good. But these lyrics are very poor, and certainly it's not particularly good English to say, and they must have thought they dreamed. It's just stilted English. And to then have a bit of reverb that accentuates this poor English perhaps wasn't their best decision. But then again, when I write a hit song and have had as many hits as ABBA have had, then perhaps I'll be in a position to comment about bad lyrics. But there you go. All right, okay, see you soon. Thanks for watching.